A violent altercation in Kawempe yesterday left top TV journalist Miracle Ibrah severely injured as he covered a planned rally for the National Unity Platform candidate Elias Luyimbazi Nalukola. The incident, instigated by JAT forces, occurred while Ibrah was documenting the candidate's march towards the Mbogo Mosque grounds following his nomination. Ibrah sustained critical injuries to his face after being struck by a blunt object which caused fractures around his left eye. He received emergency treatment at a local clinic before being transferred to St. Francis Nsambya Hospital for further care. Today, Ssenyonyi, the leader of opposition in parliament, alongside a group of journalists, visited Ibrah to express their sympathy. In recounting his harrowing experience, Ibrah stressed the importance of holding those responsible for such acts accountable.
When we are in the field, we are in line of duty because as journalists, our work is to inform the public objectively. What I demand for is that justice should prevail and those who injured me should be arraigned in court.
Ssenyonyi condemned the repeated cycle of violence against journalists, stating that lawmakers will push the government to take responsibility. He assured that they would advocate for Ibrah's medical expenses to be covered by the government, in addition to compensation since he was performing his duties at the time of the attack.
We are demanding that, number one, government takes responsibility. We want answers to this question. Two, government should foot the entire bill until he is fully recovered. The other issue is his camera is broken. We want that camera replaced by government. And also he should be compensated because we don't even know when he will return to work. These things cannot happen and it is okay, business as usual.
Despite the Press and Journalists Act of 1994, which was designated to safeguard journalists' rights, Ssenyonyi emphasized the need for amendments to strengthen these protections. He noted that existing regulations are outdated and require revision to ensure meaningful safety for journalists working on the ground.
Certainly that piece of legislation needs to be tweaked and bettered to suit the times, because journalism of even 10 years ago is not the same journalism of today. So all of those things have got to be addressed, yeah. But even as we deal with that, I think for me more importantly is there's a plethora of laws beginning with the Constitution. You could even talk about the Penal Code Act Cap 120 that protects civilians, that should protect professionals like yourselves so that you don't go and anybody just assaults you and brutalizes you as is, yeah?
The Human Rights Network for Journalists Uganda, an organization dedicated to defending press freedom, expressed its frustration over the continued violence against media practitioners.
We can't keep footing bills for heinous acts like these ones. We cannot. The perpetrators should be held accountable and meet these costs for the journalists. Compensate the cameras, meet medical bills, feed their families. That's when they will feel a pinch of the grievous harm that they cause to journalists.
The act of beating journalists is just to create fear and to threaten us from doing our work. And then the act of covering your faces when you are doing your job, especially the guys of JAT, it shows cowardice.
According to Reporters Without Borders, a global watchdog on press freedom, Uganda is ranked 128th out of 180 countries in their 2024 Press Freedom Index. The report underscores the alarming reality that journalists in Uganda face daily, intimidation and violence, often at the hands of the security services, who are frequently identified as the leading perpetrators of such attacks. In the context of Uganda's approaching electoral season, the history of violence against journalists during past campaigns raises serious concerns. As general elections draw near, many are apprehensive about whether this trend of press violations will continue even amidst the government's repeated promises to foster collaboration with journalists to safeguard freedom of expression. David Ijo, NTV, Tonight.